through this corrupt court system.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Well, good. Well, John, we sure appreciate your time, and there's a million other rabbit trails I'd like to go down. I've got quite a list here in front of me. I don't want Christians who haven't discovered their liberty to get mad at me because I have.
Right.
And that's what happens. It's really sad.
Yeah, and all I can say is when you meet someone who has discovered what's going on, there's a whole another world out there that you may not have stumbled upon. And so if somebody's out there driving without a driver's license, it may be sinful for you at that point to get rid of your driver's license. Because if you honestly believe that that God had ordained that government in that a driver's license was a valid exercise of legislative authority, then I think you need to have that driver's license. But if you personally went and you saw your deacons at your church, you went to pick up your hat you forgot on a Monday morning, and you saw the deacons sitting there laughing in the back room, and they were taking all the money that came in it, and they were giving it to the Church of Satan, saying, those dumb Christians. What would you do? Would you say, well, God put those elders in there, and I just have to follow them, and I gave it in good faith, so, God's going to bless me. Well, once you had knowledge of the corruption that was going on there, you need to, one, tell the other people in the church what the deacons are doing with your money, and now if next Sunday you didn't tell everyone, you come in and you continue giving that money, knowing that it's being used for satanic purposes, I don't believe God would bless that offering at that point in time.
At that point, you're liable. At that point, you're liable.
Then when she woke up, we're not in Kansas anymore. Well, hello, state of Kansas. In Kansas, there was a fiction, right? So she was now in this fictional.
Went from the reality to the fiction across that mirror.
The wizard's amazing. They get to the end. They're looking for this great Oz, and all of a sudden, they find out who he really is. They find out who he really is. They find out who he really is.
The little man behind the curtain.
Tiny little, yeah. There ain't no attention to that little man behind the curtain.
Right.
And it's just like what's talked about in Scripture here in Isaiah 14, and where you start reading the fall of Lucifer, and it talks about here at verse 16. It says, "They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners?"
This is the guy who did it.
Is this the great wizard?
Satan's going to be a little guy. We're all going to see Jesus just toss him into hell for 1,000 years.
It's amazing, And it's now I look at him completely different. Now I look at him completely different. Not as a powerful guy, as this tiny little dweeb that you could probably flick out of your life. But the only thing he's got going for himself is deception.
Yeah.
And he appears to be very powerful. He appears to, and it is an incredible deception.